Hello everyone, it's Octopath Traveler II here, and for today. So it has been a few days since the release of the latest Nintendo Direct, and there's a lot of big games that'll be coming out for the rest of this year and 2023. However, there were some details that were left out that some fans may not be aware about, and so for today, just like what I did last time with the last Nintendo Direct, I will be talking about all the details that were not shown or that were present during the latest Nintendo Direct. These will be the games that have been not shown for whatever reason, or just some details that were not stated until further notice. And so with that, let's not waste time. Well, let's get straight into all of the details for all the games that were shown off. Now first off, the first game they showed was Fire Emblem Engage, the latest in the series of the Fire Emblem franchise. Now, just like with the rest of with the latest games for this year, but such as Bayonetta 3 and Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Fire Emblem Engage will be getting an exclusive special edition known as the Divine Edition. I did mention this in my last video, but just to reassure you guys that if you really want this right now, you can pretty much get it whenever the time is right. You can get a box art for it along with its game, along with obviously the game, its steelbook, some art cards, and two big stuff such as the art book and the big poster that will be part of your wall. If you really love to add some things to your wallpaper, then this will be one of them. Overall, this is pretty much the one that I want to mention for those who are a huge fan of the Fire Emblem franchise and really love to collect special editions. Now, next up, we're going to talk about a bit of N64 games that will be coming to the Switch Online Expansion Pack, one of them being Mario Party 1 through 3, Pokemon Stadium, but the most notable of them all that was shown off in the end, GoldenEye 007. Now, since it was revealed, the question is when it was going to get released. Since they showed off at the end, there was no release date shown off. So, the question is, when is it going to come out? Well, according to the Japanese version of the Nintendo Direct, it's stated to come out in 2023, which, I mean, if that's really the case, then we're gonna have to at least wait a little bit more longer for that game to come, since we usually get a new N64 game every, like, once a month and such, so I would not be surprised if we have to wait for GoldenEye 007 to come for next year as part of the N64 collection. Now, keeping the topic aside for GoldenEye 007, there's actually something that will be exclusive specifically for the Nintendo Switch that was shown here on the official 007.com website. Here it says, exclusive to the Switch version of the 1997 title will be online play, allowing 007 fans across the world to take part in the popular 4-person multiplayer mode together. So, yeah, despite this game coming as part of the Xbox Game Pass and the Nintendo Switch, the Switch will be the one that will be getting its own exclusive online play. So that would really be fun for those who really like to, play a bit of spy games and such. I personally don't really know much about GoldenEye 007, but I assure you, if you really are a huge fan of online things, then this is definitely one of them. But now back to more topics on the N64 collection. There's another thing that was shown off exclusively to the Japanese Nintendo Direct. You see, as they show off the games from Pilot Wing 64, Pokemon Stadium 1080 Degrees, and the rest of the Mario Party games, there were actually more games that will be coming. There was actually another game that was not shown off outside of Japan, and that was the game Harvest Moon. Here, if you can see right here, this is the footage of the Japanese Nintendo Direct, and in the N64 segment where they show all the games for this year and then 2023, you can see Harvest Moon shown off right here. I don't know much about it, but I do want to let you know for those who are like unaware about this at all. I thought this was like a nice little detail. And finally, the last thing we have to talk about, as part of the N64 collection was Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. And this is pretty unfortunate for those who aren't aware about this. Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 will not have their Pokemon transferred to these games. Because, usually whenever a gameplay footage starts, there's usually saying that gameplay footage not final, gameplay is not part of, final game and such. However, when they showed up Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, on the very top of it, you may have noticed that says Pokemons cannot be transferred to these games. So it is unfortunate for those who really wanted to do that, and plus, since we don't have the transfer pack, it's really unfortunate. And even though it was shown up in the Nintendo Direct, I do want to reassure it for those who just did not know about this. Alrighty, I think it's time we get out of the N64 stuff and now talk about some DLC. First, one of them was shown off was the upcoming third wave for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. Now we know 2 courses so far, being Peach Gardens from Mario Kart DS and Merry Mountain from Mario Kart Tour. Here's the thing though, is that despite 2 of the 8 tracks shown off for Wave 3, apparently we may know what the rest of the tracks are. If you don't know, about a month ago, I talked about that there was a possible leak that may likely kind of indicate that the rest of the tracks have already been confirmed. So, and here you can see the image right here that shows off all the tracks, and this was from a leak from the same person who also shows the prefixes of what the courses are going to be belonging to. If you look at Wave 3, we got 2 from Tour, 1 from Mario Kart DS, 1 from Mario Kart Double Dash, 1 from Mario Kart Super Circuit, 1 new track specifically from Mario Kart 8 to the Deluxe, and 2 from Mario Kart 7. If we and so far we know 2 of the 8 of the 8 tracks confirmed, which is a DS, and technically Merry Mountain is like a new course, kind of like with Sky High Sunday and Ninja Hideaway. So yeah, this basically confirms that the rest of the courses, and especially that leak, is really true. So that means Mario Kart 7's Rainbow Road will be coming in the third wave, which is really exciting given how we got 2 3DS tracks, and however we cannot like assume very quickly, as we have to just wait until this DLC pack comes in the holidays of 2022. Up next is 2 games that were specifically shown off in the Nintendo Direct Japanese version, which I really can't believe that there was a lot of content that weren't shown off overseas, but these 2 games being Sonic Frontiers and Persona 5 Royal. Now, Persona 5 Royal is a game that's obviously a port, but Sonic Frontiers, if you saw the version of that, of the Nintendo Direct, there was actually new footage shown off that showed off things we've never seen before. And thanks to the latest Tokyo Game Show trailer, that basically shows off more of gameplay footage, especially with Super Sonic. So I don't really understand why Nintendo decided to show a couple of these games that that is only exclusive to the Japanese version of the Nintendo Direct, because I feel like Sonic Frontiers would have at least been something. After all, they've been supporting this game way more than Sega did, especially when it comes to advertisements. Now, there was another thing that I do want to mention, and that was supposed to be the game Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp. The game was announced last year, and it was supposed to be coming out at around late 2021. It was then delayed to spring of 2022 for whatever reason, and it was now supposed to be releasing at around April of 2022. However, the game was now delayed because of a recent real-world tragedy that pretty much caused the game to now get delayed, and now the release date is uncertain at that point. When the Nintendo Direct came at around the time, many were predicting that Advance Wars 1+2 will now be getting an official release date and more gameplay footage shown up. It wasn't, sadly. The question, now many are thinking, wait, is Advance Wars 1+2 cancelled? Well, according to a game journalist named Steven Totilo, here he stated about the situation with Advance Wars 1+2. He stated this: I asked Nintendo if Advance Wars 1+2 has been cancelled, given the lack of news about it since it was delayed due to the invasion of Ukraine. Nintendo reps replied, the release has been delayed. We will announce the new date once it has been determined. So, yeah, there you go. The game has not been delayed. They're just very uncertain on when it's going to be coming out. Now, obviously, this whole, I'm not sure if it's still going on at the moment, but all I can say is that it is definitely that Advance Wars is kind of forever cursed by, getting released at the worst timings as possible. At least with Nintendo, it makes sense for them to delay it, and we don't really know certain on when it's going to come out. Many think it's going to be next year. Some think it's going to be still at around 2020. But like Nintendo said, they are still uncertain on when they're going to be releasing the game at any point. So yeah, don't worry. For those who are worried about it getting canceled, it is not. And finally, the endings off for this video of all of the details that were not shown off. The next Legend of Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom, has gotten an official box art, and here is what it looks like. I will say, I love how glorious this looks. When it comes to the Breath of the Wild art style, in my opinion, this is one of the best things I've seen in a lot, and this is one of the best box arts when it comes to Zelda games, and I'm very excited for this game to come. I'm pretty glad that I'm not going to be calling it Breath of the Wild 2 anymore, or the sequel to Breath of the Wild. Wild, because, I mean, yeah, it is a sequel, but we gotta at least have a bit of a new title at that point. So Tears of the Kingdom, we gotta see its glorious box art, especially with its artwork. I can tell that Nintendo and the developers out there who's making this game is gonna make this one of the best games for 2023. And that's all of the details for the latest Nintendo Direct. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about this. Which game are you excited to see and, you know, get in the future when these game releases? I want to know all your thoughts and opinions down below about this. And so with that, leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos, follow my Twitter, and I'll see you guys next time. And remember this, once a legend, always a legend. Like a Hellcat.